The sun-kissed streets of Miami Beach beckoned me, a weary soul seeking refuge from the chaos of my daily life. As a successful entrepreneur in my late 50s, I'd earned the right to indulge in a little R&R, and what better way than a solo weekend getaway? I settled into my luxurious suite at the Fontainebleau, feeling the stress melt away as I gazed out at the turquoise waters of the Atlantic. My plans were simple: spend my days lounging by the pool, sipping piña coladas, and recharging my batteries. But as I strolled into the hotel bar that evening, I couldn't help but notice a radiant gem glinting among the crowd. Her name was Sophia, a stunning woman with piercing green eyes and raven black hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall of night. She smiled at me from across the room, and I felt my pulse quicken. As we struck up a conversation, I discovered Sophia was a free-spirited artist, painting vibrant murals on the city's walls. Her passion was infectious, drawing me in with an undeniable force. Before I knew it, we were laughing like old friends, sharing stories of our respective journeys through life. The night unfolded like a sultry dream as we sipped cocktails and danced under the stars. Sophia's touch left me breathless, her fingers tracing patterns on my skin that seemed to ignite a fire within me. We exchanged numbers, and I knew this was only the beginning of an unforgettable weekend. Saturday dawned with a promise of adventure. Over breakfast, Sophia proposed a scenic drive along the coast, followed by a picnic in a secluded cove. I agreed, and we set off in her sleek convertible, the wind whipping through our hair as the sun climbed higher. Our idyllic afternoon unfolded like a fantasy: laughter-filled conversations, wine-soaked kisses, and a sensual massage on the beach. As the stars began to twinkle, we strolled hand in hand along the shore, the sound of the waves washing over us like a gentle lullaby. That night, Sophia surprised me with a private art show in her studio. An intimate gathering of friends and fellow artists, all gathered to admire her latest masterpieces. I felt like a king, surrounded by beauty and creativity as she poured her heart into each brushstroke. The energy was electric, the air thick with anticipation. As the night wore on, Sophia led me to a hidden corner of the studio where a velvet-draped screen beckoned. With a sly smile, she pushed aside the curtain, revealing a sumptuous bed adorned with candles and silk sheets. My heart raced as she slipped off her dress, her eyes never leaving mine. The weekend unfolded like a symphony of pleasure, every moment a harmonious blend of passion, creativity, and connection. As I prepared to depart on Sunday morning, Sophia gifted me a painting she'd created just for me, a masterpiece capturing the essence of our whirlwind romance. As I gazed at the artwork, I knew that this weekend getaway would forever be etched in my memory as a sensual odyssey, a journey of discovery, pleasure, and the fleeting magic of a chance encounter. And though we went our separate ways, Sophia's art remained with me, a reminder of the unforgettable weekend that had reignited the flames of desire within me. As I boarded my flight back home, the painting carefully wrapped and stowed in my carry-on, I couldn't help but replay the weekend's events in my mind. Sophia had been a whirlwind of color and emotion, a stark contrast to the monochrome routine of my daily life. The memory of her touch lingered on my skin, like an echo that refused to fade. Back in the city, I returned to the grind, meetings, deadlines, and endless emails. Yet something had shifted within me. Sophia's influence was like a spark that had ignited a dormant part of my soul. I found myself seeking out art galleries during lunch breaks and sketching ideas for new business ventures with renewed vigor. One evening, as I sat in my office staring at Sophia's painting hanging on the wall, my phone buzzed with a message. It was from her. "Thinking of you," it read simply, accompanied by a photo of one of her latest murals, an explosion of colors that seemed to leap off the wall. I couldn't help but smile as I typed out a reply. "You have no idea how much your art has inspired me." Our correspondence became frequent. Texts turned into phone calls and phone calls into video chats. Despite the miles between us, our connection deepened with each conversation. We shared our dreams and fears, our triumphs and failures. Sophia's laughter became a balm for my weary soul. Months passed in this rhythm until one day she called with an unexpected proposition. "I'm having an exhibition in New York next month," she said excitedly. "I'd love for you to be there." The idea thrilled me more than I'd anticipated. A chance to see her again? to immerse myself once more in her world, it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. The weeks leading up to the exhibition flew by in a blur of anticipation and preparation. When the day finally arrived, I found myself standing outside the gallery in Manhattan's bustling art district, heart pounding with excitement. Inside, the space was alive with energy. Vibrant canvases adorned every wall while patrons mingled and admired Sophia's work. And there she was at the center of it all, radiant as ever, her eyes lighting up when they met mine across the room. "Sophia," I breathed as we embraced tightly amidst applause from onlookers who mistook our reunion for part of some grand performance piece. "You came," she whispered against my ear before pulling back slightly to look at me fully, those piercing green eyes searching mine intently before breaking into another dazzling smile that made everything else fade away momentarily except us two standing there together once more, after so long apart, yet feeling like no time had passed at all since Miami Beach. As we navigated through conversations with other guests throughout evening's festivities, her hand never leaving mine, it became clear just how much impact this woman truly held over not only herself, but everyone around too. Whether through sheer talent or magnetic personality alone didn't matter, because either way people were drawn towards whatever magic lay within those brushstrokes, capturing essence life itself onto canvas so effortlessly. Later that night, after everyone else left gallery behind closed doors again, finally alone together, amidst dimmed lights casting soft glow upon surroundings, creating intimate atmosphere, perfect setting, rekindle flames burning brightly between us once more. "Sophia?" Voice barely above whisper yet filled intensity, emotions swirling inside chest threatening overflow, any moment now. If not careful enough, contain them somehow despite overwhelming urge, let go, completely surrender entirely unto passion, consuming both whole until nothing remained, except pure, unadulterated bliss, shared equally between two souls destined to find each other midst chaos, world outside. And thus began new chapter story unfolding before very eyes. One filled endless possibilities, adventures awaiting discovery around every corner, horizon, stretching infinitely beyond reach, yet always within grasp, so long hearts remained open, willing embrace whatever future held store, regardless challenges faced a long way, because ultimately what mattered most wasn't destination itself, rather journey taken together, hand in hand, side by side, forevermore.